Alright, you guys. LMG here. I've noticed around YouTube that the tier list format has begun circulating again, and I thought it to be my autistic civic duty to put my hat into the ring. So, um, there's also been a resurgence in old Scooby Doo content, I've noticed. Maybe that's just me and my searches, because I loved Scooby Doo as a child, so Scooby Doo go burr. But I thought I'd make a tier list of all of the villains from the original Scooby Doo series. Now, I'm referring to Scooby Doo Where Are You? Scooby Doo Meets, and the Scooby Doo Show. There were like three different series with the old original artwork style that I consider to be the original, like, trilogy. And I'm doing it this way instead of just original series and then Scooby Doo Show and then Scooby Doo Meets, because they did this weird shit where they shipped like the third season of the Scooby Doo Show as like a revival third season of Scooby Doo Where Are You for some reason, and then released the first season of it as its own thing, and then the second season just got lost to time for some reason. So I'm just gonna do all the old art Scooby Doo series. And without further ado, of course, the iconic Black Knight. He was the first. He's the GOAT. I don't know how that fat, short, little dude fit in a giant knight suit and made it work, but it did. He gets A tier. Now we got Captain Cutler. Again, fucking iconic. He's in the intro for a reason. He made me pee a little as a kid. He gets also A tier. And here's where the generosity kind of ends. So, the Phantom, homie's a ghost. He's just bedsheet ghost. The only thing that saves him from just being a dude with a bedsheet on, which, funny enough, we have down here, we'll get there, is he got fucking magic tricks, and he be phasing through the walls. So, it saves him from being bottom of the barrel, but he gets, like, D tier. We got Minor 49er. While they did jump scares in the episode, it's just Grandpa. Like, your grandpa hasn't shaved in a while. He got big beard. It's just scary old man is scary old man. And the worst part is, it's already an old dude that puts on an older dude costume and stilts. He get like C tier. Ah, yeah, right. Okay, so we have the first instance of I have made a special tier for this that I've dubbed That Didn't Age Well. For all the cultural appropriation and racism that plagued the 1960s. So you just get in there and die. Anywho, Ghost of Elias Kingston. His design is questionable, and his motives are equally as questionable. But like, this was the first episode that just blatantly showed us the idea that the fucking antagonist just killed a man, right? Like in Captain Cutler, we see an actual corpse under the water, but Elias Kingston was the first dude to say, hey, I'm out for blood and I just killed this dude. Granted, it was himself and he was just faking it, but that's got some guts to it, man, so B. Fucking Carl the Stuntman. Where do I begin? I don't even give him props as being the ape man. I just took his very unflattering photo of him getting caught because, dear God, I'm gonna leave a link to a video by a YouTube channel, Joe Goes Over, which between him and Brendaniel, or who inspired me to make this video, but one of his long-running gags is fucking Carl the Stuntman because Carl the Stuntman is fucking the worst. So he's going straight into F tier. Charlie the Robot was creepy. He himself was not intentionally creepy, but it's the first time where it wasn't just a dude in a mask. And on top of it, it was actually a literal robot just fucking doing its own thing and being scary. And it had this like liminal horror to the episode because the gang never actually like get chased by him, really. Charlie the robot's just kind of off doing his own thing. He gets a fucking A tier. Creepy ass episode. The Puppet Master. This episode I remember being visually dark, not like, dark and gloomy, like literal darkness. Like the whole episode was the color dark blue. The only thing that saves this dude from going down into like F tier with goddamn Carl the stuntman is his laugh. His laugh was pretty fucking creepy. And so he gets like a C tier. Yeah, the inspiration for it, maybe. I don't know. This dude was pretty creepy and kinda weird, and also he tried to kill Scooby and Shaggy. That's got some dedication. We'll give him like A tier for that. Yeah. So we got the episode of the many, many villains. Not gonna lie, Dracula didn't do shit. Neither did fucking Frankenstein's monster. The Wolfman, which is somehow different than the werewolf. The Wolfman was actually kind of memorable. He made it into the video game. He's okay. He gets like a C tier. Your name is just a racial stereotype. So get in that category. Goodbye. Um, so we got the Mummy. And I gotta give this man some props because is so good at working with concrete that he managed to, like, on the fly, make a mold of Scooby to make the gang think he turned Scooby into stone. I don't know how you pull that off in a fucking, like, museum, but fair enough. B tier. Oh, look. Jewish racism meets the stigma that pagans are evil, and now that's what our modern quote unquote witches look like. No, as a pagan myself, I ain't dealing with it. You stay down there and die. Zombies kind of cool. C tier. Now we got Redbeard, right? Redbeard's a fucking classic. But to be honest, other than the spooky sword of the gay blade, which was a phrase that was said, um, he just a pirate stealing from his own company. He gets B tier for like infamy, but like he just a pirate with a beard. And the big guns. This man made me shit my pants as a child. I shit you not, no pun intended. The Space Kook, when I think of Scooby Doo villains that are scary, it's the Space Kook. The laugh, the jump scares, the fucking look. Everything about the Space Kook is just horror. Same goes for the next one. The Green Ghosts, also S tier. These dudes and their laugh. And the fact that there were two of them. You know, we had an episode prior where there was one villain being multiple people. But they pulled a Scream before Scream even existed. Like, look at the... Let's just think about this for a second. Look at the faces. And look about the plot. There are two of them. But the gang doesn't know that until later. This is literally where the plot for Scream comes from. Is this stupid episode of fucking Scooby Doo, and they were scary. And anytime I stayed at a friend's house and they had tile walls in their bathroom, I always low key thought they were gonna open a panel in the fucking wall and grab me. I'm just saying. The Snow Ghost was definitely something. He uh he was kind of just a fat guy with clear skis. Eh, D tier. The the first green dude. I mean, I guess the zombies. He's tan. Um, Frankenstein's green, I guess. You understand what I mean by the green dudes, though, right? Like Scooby Doo's got an act for making all these dudes that are just green dudes, and He broke the rule of he hid in the fucking mystery machine. That's supposed to be like the safe haven. He breaks rules. He's cool. B tier. I don't know if you're cultural appropriation. I didn't like your episode anyways. We'll stick you down here just to be safe. Oh man, boy am I glad that he's in here and that we're out there and that he's the sheriff and that we're frozen in there and that we're in here and I just remembered he's in B tier. Fucking love that meme. But other than that, the episode's okay. But the iconicness of the meme carries him up to B tier. Now the creeper. I find it hilarious that it took me 24 years of my life. I was watching Scooby Doo shortly after I was born. Like, my parents would put it on for me. I've been watching it ever since. But it took me 24 years to realize that the name Creeper, he wasn't moaning creeper. He was moaning paper because they had the picture of him stealing from the vault on a piece of paper. He was yelling paper while he was chasing them, but the way he was speaking made it sound like he was just yelling creeper. And that's where he got the name the Creeper. That's fucking insane to me. A tier. Now we got the Headless Spectre. Now this dude was cool. He was actually like a dick, but like for all the wrong reasons. Like so he wasn't actually the bad guy in the episode. He just wanted to scare away the real bad guy of the episode. This douchebag in the fucking getting F tier. He's just an actual ghost in a fucking bed sheet. But this guy had a way cool fucking design. We'll stick him in like B tier. Oh hey, it's you again. The Wolfman or the werewolf completely different from the werewolf. Why is he fucking green? But his hair is brown, but he's green. And I know he's supposed to be like the corpse of a dead guy that became a werewolf. So is he like a zombie werewolf? And that's why he's green? But that wouldn't make fur green. That would just make your skin green? Man, I don't know. You're making me think too hard about this. Get in the D tier. The final, believe it or not, the final fucking villain of the final villain of Scooby Doo, Where Are You? Was the Wax Phantom. Right? This guy was actually pretty cool. Oh, stop. This guy was pretty cool. He had a cool idea. He had cool special effects, but also, like, there's a loophole, like a plot hole in the episode where he's in two places at the same time, which made it hard to decipher as a kid who he was before the unmasking. Cool dude. C tier. The original Funko Pop. The Gunslinger. We're into the Scooby Doo Meat series. And this was when Scooby Doo met the fucking Stooges. The Gunslinger was cool. He got the intro of the series censored halfway through because he had a gun. That gets you like C tier for censored. You get in there. Then we had Grandma. Now, at first you might think, what the fuck? Why, well, Grandma, it's just a grandma in a hood? F tier. But let me tell you, this fucking mob boss of an old lady bossed around the Joker and the fucking Penguin to do her dirty work and stuff her shit full of fake money with Abraham Lincoln in a turtleneck. Old lady be badass. And I don't care. A tier. Shit, Batman and Robin. Batman and Robin had to take down this old lady. Like, what the fuck? The vulture that's actually a helicopter. This episode was just an excuse to do the fucking crossover with the Addams Family. D tier. The Scarecrow. This dude was a pacifist. He wasn't actually in it to scare people. He was, from what I remember, he was like just trying to dig up treasure on someone's land, or like wasn't it like a secret recipe for chicken feed, right? It was buried somewhere on the property. He wasn't trying to be a douche. He was just like hiding in plain sight until everyone left so he could continue digging. Cool guy. B tier. The ghost of Captain Moody. Um, this guy had two nephews who were assholes, and they were gonna kill him for inheritance money, maybe? I don't remember what it was. But his nephews were douchebags. But the design was just a raincoat ghost. He's just this ghost, but in a raincoat. I'll take it over the fucking green werewolf. Now, these guys were unoriginal as shit. Their names were just the Phantoms. If I had a nickel for every Phantom we had in fucking Scooby Doo, we'd have like 16 nickels. But their designs were just blue. It's just the fucking Blue Man Group, right? It's just the Blue Man Group in a trench coat. Fucking detail. It's Dr. Hyde again, or Mr. Hyde, but again, and for some reason not green this time. Like, come on, D tier. Like below the fucking Chicos. That's just copyright. But now we got the Sharkmen. Sharkmen. These guys were fucking cool. This was like the first time we had. I mean, I guess if you count the caveman. Like, oh yeah, Captain Cutler. Sharks are scary, okay? Underwater villain, scary. Cool dudes, B tier. This guy wasn't even trying. That's just a fucking skeleton onesie. Get in the fucking F tier. The Ghost of Bigfoot. Now you might not have understood me there. Not a ghost. Not Bigfoot. The Ghost of Bigfoot. Not only does this dickhead try to imply that Bigfoot died, but like, why does Bigfoot look like his hands and limbs came out of Minecraft? Fucking F tier. The Red Baron. This episode wasn't allowed in Germany, I think. He's pretty cool though. He got that cool ghoul face. He get like C tier, top of C tier. Better than the fucking grandpa. Didn't we do this already? It's just Redbeard, but white. You're gonna notice in a minute here, the Scooby Doo Meat series was literally just fucking a bunch of white dudes, and that's gonna get real bad connotation in a minute here. Sorry about that. I got a phone call, which then led to me walking around, which then led to me to getting a Pop-Tart and a glass of milk, and now I just remembered what I was doing. Anyways, we did this once already. Fucking Redbeard again. No. Now this one was cool. We had a giant frog and a fucking horse riding dude. The frog. The frog. Yeah, you can go like up here. But the frog had some superhuman shit. Like he picked up a whole ass stalactite and tried to crush people with it. These were a Viking statue and the Davy Crockett mannequin or something. These were just mannequins, just whole dudes. Ah, yes, the episode. The episode of Joker and Penguin. I need to zoom out a little now. Joker and Penguin, Dryad and the Troll. These guys were gold. Especially Joker as the Dryad. Penguin, not so much. He was kind of. Eh. But like Joker and his laugh, he was pretty good. Got a whole ass bunch of white dudes, but they're white. And the weird thing is, like, one of them was a red coat, and one of them was Paul Revere, and one of them was another dude. They're just more white dude ghosts. Now these guys were fucked up. These were the episode with the Harlem Globetrotters, and I'm pretty sure that's just the motherfucking KKK. So get down there. It doesn't get much better because we got the ghost of Captain Scavenger or whatever. He sucks. He's just a gray pirate ghost dude. Literal racist name from Mark Twain book, I think. No. All right, we got Oh shit! What was this dude's name? He was like he was a genie, right? Jadal was his name. There was like a crossover with another Hanna-Barbera show that was like a chick that's a genie in training, and this was an actual. This dude wasn't a dude in a costume. This was just a real ass fucking genie. Props to him for being real. This guy just played football, I think. Or it was something to do with sports. No. Now, this one. This represents a whole ass episode, right? There was an episode where the gang met up with oh, stop doing that. They met up with this is one of the Scooby Doo Meets episodes. They met up with Don Adams, right? He decided to ditch acting for some reason and become an exterminator, I guess. But there were just casually like it was basically a haunted house episode. Like they had a cat dude, a wolf man, literally like the Wolfman and Frankenstein designs, like these ones, were used again. Mr. Hyde appeared again. There was like a bird dude that was mounted to the wall, and a sea monster, and a bunch of invisible people. And also this guy that is totally amogus. So the whole creepy house getup is cool, so we're just gonna go B. Um, this is also the KKK, but now they're black with purple. They tried to cover this shit up. It's also the same design that Grandma used up here. Just these guys were from that episode with shoot, I don't remember what her name was. Fucking Cass Elliot from the Mamas and the Papas. And the villains were kind of mediocre, and also the whole episode was just a bunch of fat jokes about Cass Elliot. This whole episode was just kind of didn't age well. And is that fucking Carl the Stuntman again? No! That's literally just Carl the Stuntman, but he's not wearing a costume. Okay, we're gonna start getting into some, like, high tier characters now, because we've reached the new Scooby Doo show. One thing you'll notice, with the exception of Meets Batman and Robin, and, like, a couple of them, the Scooby Doo Meets series had some real stinkers. Like the helicopter. But we've got Ebenezer Crab. He's a blue dude. And this episode was actually kind of spooky because it also played on heights, right? He was scaring construction workers on the tops of unconstructed skyscrapers. That's fucking cool. And then he had his accomplice dress up as supposed to be his great granddaughter or something, but was also someone who died. Like, these are just people that died, and then now they're like, we're gonna take up that mantle and then start stealing people's shit from the top floors of their buildings, I think. But also, that was like the premise of Mr. Hyde, kinda. But he's still cool. He gets like C tier. He blue dude. He's cool. Montezuma's Revenge. Actually, that's King Katazuma and the Aztec statue. Again, I don't. I don't really know if it's like racist or culturally sensitive because It's like an Aztec legend. I'm gonna say it's not because it's an actual legend. That'd be like saying dressing up as Bigfoot is culturally insensitive to Americans. So for that reason, this guy gets like a D. Gator Ghoul. Here we go. Prime fucking material. This scaly bastard gets a fucking A tier. And we keep him rolling with the fucking 10,000 volt ghost. I don't know how this man didn't just fry Shaggy and Scooby, because electricity powers? He goes fucking S tier. He goes hard. Headless Horseman, things don't stop. This episode was fucking dope. And it was one of the episodes with Scooby Dum. So was the Gator Ghoul. And Scooby Dum makes every Scooby Doo episode better, because Scooby Dum is funny. This one was a weird one. We had the Ghost of Merlin and the Black Knight again. Black Knight again goes in the F tier because he's another character, but again. Noticing a trend here. Noticing a trend here. You're gonna get pulled down here. Carl the Stuntman's still in the very bottom, and so is the ghost of Carl the Stuntman. The Merlin ghost was okay though. He gets like a bottom of C tier. Now this dude, right? Dr. Coffin. Again, I don't know what it is about Scooby Doo and having some fucking creatures with some creepy ass laughs, but Dr. Coffin also made me poo my pants a lot as a kid. I promise I didn't actually have a problem with shitting my pants as a kid. It was just a joke. Faceless Zombie, more iconic shit. Like A tier, like up here somewhere. You can't beat these guys. These guys might get pulled up to A, or to S, I mean. I might have to do some reordering here. Oh, and then, oh, hey, look, it's the fucking zombie again, but now he's purple. Oh, no. The demon, who was, like, neat idea, poor execution. Also, his powers made no sense because he could touch stuff with, like, chemicals, and it made it look like he was burning things. But then he just casually, like, grabs Daphne, and she doesn't, like, get burned to death. I don't know how that works. C tier for making me think. Maybe like down here. You get pulled down a tier. This thing. This was Tomuka the Ghost Bull, and also. Hey, look, it's you again. This guy goes in F tier. He was funny, but he's like Sheet Ghost bad. Like, he's actually just the other guy dressed as a bull to help herd bulls. But the flying bull was at least okay, is passable. We got Jabberjaw. Definitely Jabberjaw. He's neat, but he's just another shark. But at least they made him. He came frozen in a block of ice. Oh no. The caveman is fucking the shark dudes, and now we have this guy. Fuck, I'm gonna get canceled. Keeping with the water themes, we got Captain Pescado, which I swear is like a sandwich or like something. I don't know. He's just another Captain Ghost. But this fucking octopus looks like he's high the entire episode. So he gets the C tier. And it's the Wax Phantom again, but he's made out of kelp. Get down here in the land of reused assets. Somehow we got 2 football ghosts. You're like down here. Boo. Uh Fucking Neapolitan ice cream green ghosts. They're literally just the green ghost, but they claim they were the Technicolor Phantoms, but you can tell me that's not just ice cream ghosts. Even though they're reused assets, fucking green ghost design carries you at least to like bottom of C tier. And then we got Benedict Arnold and Major Andre, and what was the other dude? William Demont. History is scary. D tier. We had a Viking, which that's not what Vikings did. They didn't actually have horns on their helmets. We'll stick you with the other Viking. Gramps the Vamp. We're back to some good hitters. This was a pretty cool one. He hypnotized this chick's uncle hypnotizes her into thinking she's a vampire, so she'll claim that she's insane, and her uncle can get the hotel for himself. Pretty cool dude, B tier. The Pterodactyl Ghost. Believe me when I say that the live action Scooby Doo movie hyped this fucker up way more than it had any right to. Because, unlike in the Scooby Doo movie, and they lied to me, where his whole idea was that he got locked up in fucking Alcatraz and then tried to fly off the roof and died. Nah, this dude just was a hang glider who was stealing things with a hang glider. But iconic design. So, like, C tier something? I'm gonna have to reorganize some of these. The ghost of what the fuck, Milo Booth. I agree with Brendaniel. We definitely should have got the ghost of John Wilkes Booth. But otherwise, he's just kind of like a white dude. You're gonna notice that much like the original series had a green dude, the later iterations just had a bunch of white dudes, like these guys. Not these guys. That's kind of racist. Um, he's like here, I guess. The Ghost Racer dude. Now this dude, I swear they stole this design for the villain for Wreck-It Ralph. He had a cool idea though. He had like a lumber log car that he would use to steal other people's cars and pawn them off. It was kind of cool. I'll give him like bottom C tier. Now this, the witch, the ghost of Witch McCoy from the Ozark episode. This is how you do a witch properly, right? Again, as a pagan, it's one thing to have representation. And we'll get to another one later that's actually like a Salem quote unquote witch. Now, normally I'd take offense to those, but the way they do these two are actually good. So, Witch McCoy is more representative of not stereotyping people. And it was just like, oh yeah, we'll dress up as someone who was a known pagan to scare people because people are insensitive. So she gets like, I can't put her too high because again, it's still being Dickhead McGee, but like she's better than fake ass Jekyll. She's better than the guy. Maybe like here. Future Monster, right? This guy was fucking cool. I swear there was another one of him though, and I maybe like remembering him as a clone of the Mantis Monster, maybe, but like I swear there was another colored version of this dude. He had a cool design, had a cool concept. The fake time travel, maybe. I don't know. He's like a C tier, maybe mm, like there. Now this bitch, all right. You watch the actual episode for the creepy heap from the deep, right? That's the full name. Um, you might not think much of it, but if you've ever played Scooby Doo Night of 100 Frights, they made this bitch terrifying. Like, which in the show it's a dude, but in the games it's like an actual female, like, water monster. But she, like, calls to Scooby like he's well, I mean, he is a dog, but, like, she dog calls Scooby, and, like, I don't know. This one always just freaked me out as a kid. And I know that's probably an irrational ranking of that one, but I like the design. I like the creepy S tier. Fucking the Willowa. This was just like a fucking blimp with a jet engine and some furries. The Willowa gets like a D. The furries, I guess, also would. Eh, the actual dudes were kind of scary, but the blimp was just eh. Oh look, another one from the live action Scooby Doo movie that was way cooler in the movie than actually was, because these guys were in the Bermuda Triangle, stealing planes, dressed as one-eyed skeleton dudes. Cool concept, but nowhere near as fucking hilarious as they were in the movie. These guys are still cool, and they got a cool idea, so they'll get B tier. Snowy T-Rex guy. Um, I'm sticking him like down here because his design was terrible. He's bordering culturally insensitive, but the character himself is not culturally insensitive. Just the episode, because he dresses up as this monster to scare away. They're supposed to be Inuit people, right? Like people who live in the Arctic. But this insensitive dickwad makes oil mining machines and hides them as totem poles in the Arctic. I don't know if you know anything about making totem poles, but you need wood. I don't know if you know anything about the Arctic, but the Arctic don't have no wood. So this dumbass culturally appropriates the wrong culture to then go mine oil on their land. This guy was just a douche. Fuck this guy. Now, this one, the Ghost of Salem. The twist of her having a twin sister was super cool. And I really like this episode because it not only points out the complete insensitivity of um how do I word this without getting a mob in the comments? Um it points out how dangerous and scary closed-minded religious folk can be, because her ancestor was a pagan, and you know what happened to people who were even thought to have been pagan in the Salem witch trials. They all got murdered. Newsflash for you guys. The whole she was a witch, burn her at the stake. That wasn't because they were evil, it was because they followed a different religion than them. But that's neither here nor there, that's just my reasoning for sticking her up here, even though I put this witch in culturally insensitive. Um, Anyways, back to the heavy hitters. We got the fucking tar monster. Let's go, dude. The tar monster kicks ass. He's in the game. He's in the movie. He fucking kicks ass. He was a real legend, too, because there was a whole ass statue of the tar monster. And this man has, like, serious, serious commitment to be swimming through a fucking tar pit in a scuba suit. Like, to me, that sounds terrifying. We have a whole ass Scottish man and Nessie. Sure. Iron Face. Another iconic A tier bastard. And it was especially cool because it was a big, strong, tough woman who was pulling off the Iron Face disguise. There's a reason that it came back for the Cyber Chase. Like, it was a cool design. The Jaguaro was a weird duck. It was a gorilla, but also a jaguar, and its scream was literally just some dude screaming. Like, middle of the road. Here, this is the definition of the middle of the road fucking Scooby Doo monster. The feline creature, which totally just isn't Tom from Tom and Jerry as a Superman knockoff, stealing things cat burglar style. You get like, I'm moving the helicopter down a tier. Like, you're coming down here. I'm definitely gonna have to do some reorganizing. The mantis monster. This one was fucking cool. Cool design, cool noises. You could like an A tier. Just cool, dude. Ah, yes, It the Clown fucked Kiss, and now we have the Diabolical Disc Demon. Except his actual listed name is Phantom. God damn it. We had the moon monster. This is literally just Beast from X-Men, but like with Chinese stereotypes. He wasn't even that like creative. But this dude, the ghostly gondolier. This man plays on the whole idea of the gondolier of the dead. Like, this motherfucker was a badass. I love this design. This is definitely where they got the inspiration for the face of the creature from the Cyber Chase. A tier. This is just a fucking dude in a Spanish conquistador helmet. You're fucking struggling to get above Davy Crockett, dude. This guy was an absolute joke. He literally just would follow people around, like, here's a stick, you're cursed, go fuck yourself. And that was it. He had like a dog that he dressed up to look like evil Scooby too, but like, you know that level of pathetic that's like, um, Killer Moth from 2004, The Batman? That's this dude. Or like the Toilinator from Kids Next Door? That's this dude. That stereotypical villain that's just like, really? And to end things off on a high note, we have the Beast from Bottomless Lake. That's a fucking dope name. This is the episode where we got the not tank scuba tanks meme. Super cool design. He's creepy as shit. He gets like S tier. I like him. Now we gotta do some reorganizing. Right? So we got Gondolier. Gondolier is probably top of A tier. Kingston can definitely come down. I gave you way too much props for being a high octopus. Get down here. You can go like up here maybe. Moody's just this guy with a raincoat. Helicopter. These guys can come down, but not by much. These are, you can come up just because you're not a knockoff, so that gives you some points. Fucking Carl the Stuntman. Do, do, do. Yeah. You can come up one. Yeah, I can see this. So there you have it, my friends. The definitive, definitely accurate and correct Scooby Doo tier list. If you disagree, it's okay to be wrong. I'm kidding, of course. Leave your comments on if you had any other ideas. Maybe you liked some others. Maybe you disliked some of my top picks. I will downvote you if you say anything nice about Carl the Stuntman, though. He's just fucking Carl the Stuntman. Catch y'all later.